taxes because we don't want to keep layering taxes on the working folks who are already paying too much. That's why I'm proud to have led in designing and passing the Jumpstart Payroll Expense Tax, which is our city's landmark tax on wealthy corporations.
What is up, guys? Tyson Dela Cruz here. Thank you so much for rocking with me. This case perfectly shows what happens when liberals vote based on ideology rather than qualifications. You get a basement-dwelling activist running a major American city into the ground. Let me start with the disaster that Katie Wilson is inheriting and making it even worse. The homeless situation in Seattle has become so bad that encampments are now setting up directly across the street from the Space Needle, Seattle's most iconic landmark and biggest tourist attraction.
I saw the photos on social media first. Tents pitched across from the Museum of Pop Culture, Mopop, the Space Needle rising behind them.
Think about the optics here. Tourists from around the world come see Seattle's most famous landmark, and they're greeted by drug addict homeless people living in tents on a private property. This is what decades of liberal policies have created. Wilson thinks the solution is to stop clearing homeless encampments entirely.
While I was there, a father walked by with his toddler. When he spotted the encampment, he picked up his child in one smooth motion and crossed to the other side of Fifth Avenue. Kept on walking.
The image of a father scooping up his toddler and crossing the street to avoid a homeless encampment perfectly captures what Seattle has become. A city where families can't safely walk near their famous tourist attraction. Meanwhile, tourists are taking selfies, trying to Photoshop and crop out the tents from their photos. Now let's talk about the woman Seattle voters chose to fix this crisis. She is so qualified, guys. She's so qualified that she makes the word qualified unqualified. Katie Wilson is a 41-year-old who's never had a real job in her entire adult life. She lived in her parents' basement up until recently, never has owned a car, rides a bike everywhere, and has a community organizer husband who doesn't work either. Wilson promised to end encampment removals, calling them cosmetic fixes to move people around and not actually solving the problem. So her solution to homeless camps at the Space Needle is to just let them stay there permanently. This is the kind of level of thinking you get from somebody who's never actually managed anything more complex than a plastic bag.